Good morning. I was just looking at my diary to where I left off because I feel like so much has happened. I think my reality, just everything has shifted. I've made some decisions in my life, and looking back now, I honestly don't even know where the past 5 days have gone. It's kind of been a blur because I've been so present with each day that I did forget to film. At moments I didn't want to film, and I did feel like, oh, I'm in a tiny little chapter, so let me just dedicate myself to this chapter that is going on right now, and then I'll see what happens, honestly. So on Sunday I woke up with the deep desire to work, and I don't know if I've mentioned this, but there is a distinct difference between being tired because your body is tired, because you've done whatever, overworked, overdone something. Then it's kind of from you're in your power and you feel tired, you feel the need to rest, right? And on the shadow side, when you feel tired from the shadow, it is usually the tiredness that comes when you want to do something new, you want to do something different, you want to change your daily life for good. So when I woke up on Sunday, I really felt like I want to work. And immediately my shadow started talking like, what do you mean you don't have any work? You don't go to work. So I listened to my shadow. I let it talk, and it's like, okay, but that's not true. And I realized that for my shadow, only way to be validated was to have a classical job that I just came out of. I was like, no, but what about my soul work, the work that I do daily anyway? Now I'm just deciding to get paid for it, right? Anyway, so I have a website. I have had it for a long time, and it has changed its vibration and its the way it looks like many times. And I turned on my computer and I somehow ended up on my website, and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's pretty, but it doesn't look like the vibration that I'm in, that I had been in since the beginning when I started this, what I've been practicing, what I've chosen long-term happiness instead of short-term happiness, right? So I looked at it and was like, these colors and these fonts and these pictures, and it looks so busy and there's so much going on there, and it doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't feel how I feel. So I opened up Squarespace because that's where I have my website, and I decided to just see what kind of templates they have, what kind of designs. Am I inspired by something? And that feeling came from my body. In my body, I felt like I want to feel what kind of design, what kind of colors feels most like me right now. So I did find the colors, I did find the fonts, I did find the designs, the layouts, the things. And I was so hyper focused on it for 3 hours. All time and space, I just lost it. I was just doing it. And yeah, 3 hours later, I was looking at it and was like, this is the calm, this is the peace, this is the stillness that I feel inside. And the pictures and the fonts and everything, it just is exactly the energy that is in my different containers that I offer. There were little tweaks and things that I felt like I still needed to change, but I felt my energy was like running out of doing that, because I usually feel like when I'm deeply like focused into something, be it a client or be it like a thing that I'm really into in the moment, or I'm working on, I felt like at a certain point with the website, I was like, I'm done for the day. I need to put it away today. Even though I was really like, I need to finish it. It was like, hey, we don't do that in this house anymore. We don't force things anymore. When you feel the energy is pulling in and you need to go do something else, then go do something else. So I was really noticing myself there, and I let it go and I put it away for the day, and I changed my clothes and I went outside and I went for a walk, and it all just felt so good in my body. I felt so seen by myself, and such deep love that I was honoring the vibration that was pulling me, that I was feeling inside, and I listened to this vibration and I put it out. I brought it into the 3D. I brought it into the 3D reality. Going now back a little bit, on the 15th of January, there was a masterclass from Eva Lepik, who is a consciousness coach. And she just delivers the most purest codes that just go so deep. And I was attending her masterclass about what the vibration inside your wishes, and or the energy inside your wishes. And I watched it live, and then I let it sit. I had the urge to watch it again, because when I've attended her masterclasses before, the next day I've been like diving deep into it with like my pen and paper and just written everything down. But I was like, hey, I'm gonna let this sit in my system, and I'm going to just calmly see what it does, see how I feel, see what changes, just live my life honestly. Because I like to go all in, but I know that I need to feel what is pulling me all in, you know? Yeah, so on Monday I woke up again feeling like I wanna put some kind of video out there. But this one still didn't feel complete, like the energy was still going. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like multiple days in one video again, because it feels most like a singular energy space. On Monday, I did a beautiful Reiki ritual, Reiki practice, Reiki session, just with crystals and everything, with my altar and with just everything. And it really did feel it did feel so good. And it's this deep quiet space that is so abundant that you can look at yourself, you can look at your body, you can look at your field, your energy field, and you can just love every piece of it, and the shadow, the power, all of it. You can love all of it. Then I went to the city, so I wanted to change my location. I went to the city and I dwelled back into my website. Yeah, I've just really been swimming in my own energy, just enjoying my own company, deeply enjoying my own energy with all that it comes with. And on Tuesday, on the 21st, deep cleaned my home. Physically, energetically, I just all the works I did all of it, but I did it like calmly. I had 741 hertz frequency going from the computer, and I was just flowing in my home. I was taking it all in. I was seeing where my attention was pulled, but I didn't have a specific order. I just felt into where to clean, what to do, what next. And it felt so good. I remember I was like halfway done and I was sitting down and I was just looking at my home and being deeply appreciative and grateful for my home, the space I've created, the home I've chosen, how I've set everything up here. And yeah, it's a small apartment, but it's perfect for me. I feel like I've settled down. I feel like I've settled into this home, into this space, into myself. I don't feel the need to move, to go anywhere. Now it has more shifted into like I want to travel, I want to work and travel, but I always know that I have this space to come back to. And it's here with it's my temple, really. And it feels so good to be home in every sense of the word. And I did my crystal grid. I just set everything intentionally. And I regained the passion of doing home rituals and cleansings, because I used to do that like as an offer, and I went to people's homes and just stepped into connection with the home and asked what it needed. And sometimes it needs a cleansing, sometimes it needs a blessing, sometimes it wants a deeper connection with its owner. It asks something of them. The home speaks. The building, the land that the home is built on, it all speaks to us. And the deeper we're connected to it, the deeper it also lifts, guides, and helps us, because we're helping and loving it. So Tuesday was beautiful that way. And I made a cake. I baked a cake, and my home was filled with the scent of cinnamon and a freshly baked cake. And I had some rhubarb from last season, and I made a rhubarb cinnamon roll cake. And that to me is just deeply loving my life and deeply loving the space that I am in and the space that I'm in here. Honestly, had been energetically on the run for the past couple of years because I wasn't aligned with the places that I was living in. I always tried to look like what's next, and I never like rooted myself deeply into here, because I didn't allow myself to choose like, hey, I can put my roots down and I can still go explore. I don't have to move all the time. I can, but I don't have to. In this season of life, when I'm here, I want to be fully here. I want to be fully in my home. I don't want to run around energetically, because it did feel like in the past 3 years, the places I lived in, I was always looking at like, where am I going to go to next? How can I prepare to go to the next place? Because I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like myself. I wasn't choosing vibrationally myself. In the vibrational reality where all is created, I didn't choose myself. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I loved. And I somewhat knew who I was, but I didn't choose. My vibrational reality in that reality, I was choosing something else. And because that's the place that everything's created from, how can the 3D be any different? So I remember when I first came to look at this place, I was immediately like, oh, the sun, because it's different shades of yellow and it feels so warm and it feels so cozy and homey. And I immediately saw like, I want to put my bed here, my desk there, I want to put this and this there. And I immediately, like, it wasn't even like me trying to rush. I was just sitting here and looking at the place, and I was like, I know exactly where all of my things go in this place. Everything was just here already. On Wednesday, I went to visit my friend Janet. Felt like I want to tell someone or be with someone when I say out loud the things that my body thinks is true. Because when you're by yourself, sometimes the shadow work in that way works, but sometimes it doesn't. So I really felt the need to be with a person that I trust, that can see me from a neutral place, like from a place of unconditional, who can see me from an unconditional place. I wasn't quite sure why or what was gonna go down there, but I knew I wanted to go and I wanted to talk to her about what I want to do and what I want to create and what I want my business to be about. And I knew that I wanted to just feel deeply in my body to be sure of myself, of what I want to do. Do not be like, oh, that would be great, that would be nice, that would be so lovely if I could do that. That is not choosing it. That is wishful thinking. That is, I'm wishing, but I'm not choosing. So I wanted to say out loud all the things that were running around my head about my business and about like what I've been doing for the past 8 years. Because I have been doing this ever since I went to my first crystal Reiki course. That was in like, I want to say 2016. Ever since when I discovered this, I unlocked a part of me that was asleep in this life. And since then, I've known that I want to guide myself and I want to guide others. And I want to unlock all of me. And I want to be there for another to unlock themselves. If I can create this space, this unconditional, loving space where all the layers can be seen, all of it is welcomed, and we can look at the different layers of energies and where everything started from and change it. What if we, in an instant, can change how you view your strength? And I have been on that journey ever since I started. And I've grown into being a healer, like accepting it with my body, accepting it with my mind, accepting it with all of me, because this is who I've been my whole life. I don't call it healer, I call it Karolin. That is my name. I am Karolin, and I have always been a healing presence. I've always been a healing presence. It has always been my life. For a long time, I chose everything that shut it down because of survival. And that part I'm done talking about because I'm done living it. I have nothing against it, I just don't see the point of going over it. What I've come to realize is that as I've worked through my shadow and I've listened to it and I'm seeing all these places where I've fallen asleep or I've taken other people's or society's norms to be my own, just to get by in this life, is not fulfilling for me. It really isn't. Deciding to completely step out of this reality that doesn't serve me in any way anymore, putting my focus and turning my vision to the direction that pulls me, that is gonna shake up the whole reality. Because you're choosing now something completely different now. You're not practicing it, you're choosing differently now, in the moment. That is what the masterclass that I took part of reminded me of. It made it so freaking obvious and so clear, and it showed me immediately where I hadn't chosen myself. It showed immediately where I was still asleep. Asleep to my own power. Asleep to my pure, true being. How can my clients choose an instantaneous transformation, a change of frequency, if I don't? So I am choosing. I did choose. I think it was yesterday morning. Yeah, I wrote down yesterday morning. Say yes to what pulls you. And I had a vision of a list of things that I want to experience, or things that I want to buy, or things that I want. I have a list written down like this in my notebook somewhere. And I immediately saw that list. And I heard, like, how many of those things have you actually chosen? You have written down those things that you want. Like, I want a new laptop, because the screen on this one, like the hinges or the connection is poor, so I can't like move my laptop freely. The camera doesn't work, the mic doesn't work anymore, and I have to really carefully position the screen in a spot that it stays on. It has served me beautifully. So thankful for my laptop. Because I want to do all my work from there. I want to do all my work from here. And I was gifted this monitor and this camera. But if I want to travel and work, no matter the location or time, then I'm not going to be able to take my, And I was like, have I chosen vibrationally, in a vibration reality, that is the reality that everything's been created in, have I chosen to have a laptop of my dreams? That the camera quality is perfect, the microphone is perfect, it's everything that I need and I want. No, vibrationally no, because vibrationally I can still feel that I'm choosing this. I'm choosing to be okay with this, and it doesn't. The vibration don't align where in a reality where I choose to work remotely from wherever, take client calls from wherever. It doesn't make sense. If I can't use it, how can I do my job if I can't use this? I imagined before me the scenario where I do have the laptop that pulls me, the laptop that really is the perfect piece of equipment for my job. put myself in the vibrational reality where I have the laptop, the perfect laptop that I need for my job, for doing my heart's work. And I give that to me. I step and I accept through the buts and the maybes and what ifs. I step through that into the reality, the vibrational frequency where I have the laptop that I need. And what I found out, like looking at stuff like this, was that there were so many things that I had chosen vibrationally had chosen the buts and the maybes, the what ifs, the doubts, the oh, what if I could make it? What if, oh, I'll do this when. I will buy this when I have the money. Vibrationally, you choose not having money. You're not choosing the thing you want so that you can create the money for it. You're choosing not to have money. You're not choosing the thing like this, right? You know, when you look at it, it makes so much fucking sense. Yeah, so just I looked at, I finished my website as well, and I looked at it and I looked at my offers and I really just went deep into them. And I felt like, what am I offering here? What is the experience that I have with my client? What is the experience that I am having? What is that I want to do? What is that I feel pulled the two? Because that is something that I've already decided. But I now just vibrationally to choose it and just lift myself into that reality and be in that reality. Yesterday I felt like I couldn't do it visually. I had to speak out whatever was wanting to come out. So I did record myself just for me. It's in Estonian, it's just for me. Just so that I could see myself talking all the bullshit and then just choose differently, like change the vibration in the moment. Choose my vibrational reality. And I went and I had a meeting yesterday with a lovely woman who has like a yoga studio here, but she also has people who do sessions there. So I went to look at her space to potentially do my in-person sessions there. Yeah, things are moving, and I really feel I feel the clients, I feel the work, I feel the traveling, and I still get fear. Don't get me wrong, I still get like a little knot in my stomach. It's tiny, but I can still feel it there. But it's like, do I choose it or do I love it also and still continue in my reality? It's all about what I choose vibrationally, so that it can land in the 3D. So that's what I've been up to these past days, few days, 5 days, 6 days, I don't even know. Yeah, I said here, say yes to what pulls you. Money is a frequency. Money comes after saying yes to something. Have you really said yes to all the things and experiences that you want? What are you actually choosing when you're not saying yes to those things? Something to think about. I'm gonna flow in my chosen frequency. I feel the pull towards my genius. So we're gonna see what that's gonna look like. I'll keep you updated. Until then, all the best to you, and take care. And if you want to check out my offers, I do them online. Right now I'm in Estonia, so the Estonian land frequency is also supporting all of my sessions. But when I go travel somewhere, then those frequencies I'm going to incorporate in my sessions. This is just how I work, because I deeply work with the land and I work with the cosmos. So I integrate all of this into my sessions. So if you want to check them out, if you feel like you want to connect, there's an opportunity to do a clarity call where we can talk about the things that I have to offer, and you can talk about the things that you need, so we can see if and how we meet and what we can create. Then secondly, I offer crystal Reiki sessions. That is a deep passion of mine, and I was initially thinking about only doing them in person, but time and space, right? So I'm gonna offer them online as well, in person and online. In person, they're gonna take place in Pärnu right now, so if you're interested, shoot me an email first, because I have to clear with the room schedule as well. And then the illumination session is when I tap into the frequency of that session, it's very free-flowing, very cosmic, very deep as it is high. So we're gonna basically go through all of the layers of the being, of the human, of the energy. We're gonna see what goes on in your whole system. We're gonna see where the blocks are, what have caused them. Basically, we're going to see energetically what has brought you into this moment. And if you have a clear knowing of what you want to experience next in your life, we can start choosing that reality now in that moment. Because in my experience, it's so important to illuminate everything that doesn't, it's like kind of icky in the body and it doesn't feel right. If your body is like, I see it, I know it, yeah, but I don't want to choose it. It's much more like it's instantaneous to let it go. So the illumination session is to work with the body consciousness and to integrate your higher knowing and your higher being into the body consciousness, so they can work together. Because you're a human, but you're also this interdimensional, beautiful being who is just pure love. And we're gonna see how much you are in the body and how can you be more in the body. The more clear your channel is, the more clearly you can feel yourself, like what is pulling you, what you want to create, where you want to be reborn into the reality. And you can start choosing it now, and you start living it now, and see how your 3D just changes instantaneously. So these are my gifts to myself, and to the earth, and to the world, and all the beautiful beings who feel pulled into these spaces. So do check out my website, have a look, have a feel, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.